It's my pleasure to guide you on this beautiful full moon day. Full moon on Virgo, Sun's on Pisces today. To be able to go into our inner child and connect with that beautiful being that is the essence of who we are. To be able to remember where all our dreams are, where our purpose is, to be able to go back to our authentic selves. Before we tune in, I want us all to sing Om 3 times, and we'll end with Shanti. We're opening sacred space. So just take a deep breath, close your eyes, sit comfortably wherever you've decided you're going to be taking in and dropping into your heart. And I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and exhale twice through your mouth. One more time, breathing all the life force. And exhale all the impurities, everything that no longer serves us. Reminding ourselves that everything's creation and destruction. It's being born, dying, being rebirthed. It's a cycle of life. Last deep breath, inhale. And exhale twice. Make it big, exhale. And another deep breath to begin with an Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Place your hands in your heart. And we set our intention for this beautiful healing on this full moon, by being open and willing to let go and discard of whatever it may be that our inner child is holding today or has been holding for many years. To be open to whatever comes up. To be open to dive and swim into the waves of our subconscious, where all the real programming happens. The waves of the subconscious that run our life. That's an autopilot. So drop into our hearts, set in our intentions, and we ask for guidance. We ask for guidance from all the ascended masters. For the purest white divine light. To our ancestors, to our lineage. To all the mothers. Our mothers, grandmothers, grandmoms, whose pain, shame, neglect, suffering we may be carrying, their fears. We ask the guidance. If there's anything else that you call in guidance for, call it in now. Could be your fairies, your dragons, any spirit animals you have, all your angels, whatever it is you're calling for, Rumi, Yogananda, the Christ line, Mother Mary, Magdalene, Isis, Lakshmi. We call in for guidance today. And so it may be so. The most important guidance that we call in, it's for our higher self. We connect with our higher self in all its aspects, in all its dimensions. To speak to us, to connect with us, to continue to guide us step by step. Thank you. Thank you for dropping into your hearts. I want to talk a little bit before about the moon in Virgo and our sun in Pisces and what that means to us. Remember that as above, so below. And what that means is whatever's happening in the skies, with our planets, with the asteroids, everything that surrounds our solar system has an impact on us. And that could be positive, that could be negative. It shows different aspects of us as those planets move. We're very aware of the sun, the energy that it gives us. Waking up to the sun, we're just happy, we feel the energy, it fills us up, and we want to take action, we want to move forward. And then as the moon comes out, we start slowing down. We start receiving all the gifts from the morning, integrating them, taking them to other realities. And we slow down. And the energy and the message from the moon, we receive immediately. From the sun, it takes about 8 minutes. And our closest planet that we have in our solar system, the closest planet to the sun, is Mercury, which is our planet of communication, of relationships, which is why we always hear about Mercury retrograde. Because we're in Mercury retrograde 3 times throughout the year. The first time, it's asking us to go in and analyze and retrospect how we're doing with our own communication with our body. The second time around, how we're doing communication with our soul. And the third time around is a spiritual axis. So those are the real tasks that we have. And to see how we're growing, how we're evolving in this world. The second one is Venus, which we all know because it's the planet of relationships, of love. And Venus is in Pisces right now. And Pisces, which we're in right now with the sun, Pisces is a highly spiritual sign, and it's water. and he loves to dream. It's free flow. It's the most free sign of them all, even more than Sagittarius, which is what I am. And everything is okay for them. And remember that we all have the energies of all the different planets, of all the different astrology, zodiac signs, the constellations, because we are made up of the stars. We are the universe. So as we're in Pisces right now, and Venus is on Pisces, it's beautiful because we're creating these beautiful dreams. Everything is expansive. Well, let's be careful with that, because sometimes we can get lost in our dreams. So we want to make sure that we use our 3 senses before making a decision. So it's very important that we align what our mind wants mentally, what our soul wants, and what our body wants. And that is why we find ourselves sometimes having a fight. We can't make a decision because we're still learning how to align those different aspects of ourselves. And it's completely normal. That's what we're here to do. Because your body has its own memory. We're going to go into that today in our inner child rescue. Your soul has its own memory of not only this lifetime but other lifetimes. And then you have the spiritual aspect as well, and it's also wanting something else. So we're all incoherent. We bring everything into alignment. That's where we're going to be able to quickly make a decision and know exactly what we want without any hesitation. So right now we are in a Virgo full moon. I woke up to the moon today overlooking right on top of the ocean with the cotton candy colors, and it looked like the sun was setting. So I put a video on Instagram if you haven't seen it already this morning. It's incredible. And Virgo, and I'm sure maybe you're a Virgo, you know someone. Virgo is the energy where we become very organized. There's a routine. We have a plan. And it allows us to be able to take on small steps to create that big dream, that big project that we have. So right now, and then with Pisces, the energy that I have on Pisces and Venus right now, you're also in that creative flow right now. And we're going into spring as well. So whatever it is that our intentions were, whatever it is that we were putting out there 6 months ago, back in September 17th, it's what we're sowing right now. So whatever we sowed in on September 17th with a new moon, it's what we're seeing right now. It's what's coming up for us. So with the energy of Virgo, this is a good time to really put into perspective what is it that's coming in for you as far as projects, new ideas, new involvements. You may be going into a spiritual growth. Some of the first phases it's not easy. A lot of support is needed because a lot of shedding happens. So a lot of emotions come up. Make sure you look for those resources that are going to help move that energy as well, and for you to have that downtown to integrate anything that's coming up. That's very important. You may be looking to launch a new business, write a book, maybe find a new career. This is a good time to start creating that plan for you to get organized. And also this week, with all the different planets alignment, it's a good time to start new projects. So everything's aligned for us right before spring to start creating whatever it is that you want to come into reality, not only now, but for the next years to come. And remember to just enjoy the journey. Now, the negative aspect or the shadow aspect of Virgo is going into the phase of you think you already know it all and you think that you don't have to do anything. So I would just ask to just meditate, find out exactly where those blocks are coming on for you. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on what's coming up, what's the energy that we're feeling right now. And on every full moon, why we like doing ceremonies and gatherings on the full moons, because it is the beginning of a new cycle, the next 28 days when you're on the moon calendar. But it's also the end of whatever it is that happened for you the month prior. That is why, as the moon is coming up during the full moon period, the energy feels so strong. It almost feels like a small death, depending on what's coming up for you. Sometimes it does feel like a big death, and it's a death of beliefs that no longer serve us, of school of thoughts, not only from the education system, but from our parents, from society, from culture. We're becoming our own and listening to what we think based on our new selves, and what we're learning on our own spiritual path and our own spiritual journey serves us best, and how you see this new human reality coming into fruition. So I invite you for this full moon, when it's really strong, to be open to let go, because this is the best time to shed, to let go. And when the new moon comes, we can start creating new projects. If we honor the cycles, our natural cycles that we have, you're going with the flow. Just think about it as a wave that you're riding. If you want to catch a big wave and go fast, you can try to swim as fast as you can using a lot of energy, or you can wait for the big wave to come and jump on it so it can take you effortlessly. You do have to plan before. You need to be ready, without a doubt. But it's so much easier, so much more efficient, and so much more joyful if we can go with the rhythm. A lot of the times we're doing, and that's what we've been taught to do. And what happens when the big wave comes? We're exhausted. And sometimes we don't believe anymore because things are not working out. Or maybe you've become extremely successful on just doing, but you are depleted inside, and you know that something is missing. And I know that was very true for me. And now it's allowed me to just enjoy my day-to-day and create a whole new world for me. So that's why it's so important to be open to the energy that's happening around the full moon. And it's not necessarily on the full moon day. Usually you start feeling it even up to like a week before the full moon. Mine started very strong on Thursday. And it had happened 2-3 days even after the full moon. The full moon was actually this morning at 3:17 a.m., I believe. But all that time around the full moon, it's when it's really strong and you feel the shedding for you. So feel those emotions. The more in tune you are, so I invite you to go out and actually gaze at the moon. Allow those rays, those codes of information to come to you, and you'll be more sensitive to the energy. And it allows you to consciously be able to purify yourself, to let go, as opposed to just not dealing with those emotions and feelings, and which in turn happens to be released because it needs to be released, but sometimes it's in the form of road rage, or we just kind of leash out to our loved ones, just what we don't want to do, and it does happen sometimes, so we try to avoid that. So I wanted to say that I've been doing a lot of healings every single day this week especially, and it's been amazing, and that's where the idea of doing a inner child rescue came in, because that's part of the healing session, and they've been so powerful for everyone, and you can just feel it. So with that, I want to invite you first, just stand up. We're going to do what it's called an unwinding, and I'm going to hold space for you. So all you're going to do is you're going to stand up, and I want you to move slowly and clockwise circle. I want you to stand up, move slowly and clockwise circle, and I'm going to hold space for you. So go ahead, stand up, and just move slowly, clockwise circle. You can have your eyes open or closed. As you start to unwind, keep going. Everything is energy. We're all connected. There's nothing that travels faster than the speed of light. And we are light. Continue going in circle. Continue going in circle. Your hands are out by your side. Keep unwinding. It doesn't have to be fast. Let your body experience the unwinding. Keep unwinding, keep moving clockwise. I'm right here holding space for all of you. Keep moving in circle, unwinding. Feel as you're unwinding, you're starting to drop into your heart. Continue unwinding. And now come to stop. And I'd like you to put both hands on your heart. Right hand over the left hand. Close your eyes. Engage in your breathing. And picture yourself back into the home where you grew up when you were a child. Wherever it was your happiest moment in this home. Maybe it was out in the backyard chasing the butterflies. Maybe it's in the living room playing and dancing with the family. Maybe it's in the kitchen making a lovely home-cooked meal, or in the bedroom when your parents told you a bedtime story or gave you that kiss good night. when you were a child. And start looking at that child. Who was she? Or who was he? What did that child look like? What motivated that child? What made that child laugh? What did it run after? Did it like chasing butterflies? Did it like playing with dirt? And I'd like for you to say hello to your child self. Say hello, this is me. Say your name, who you are. You're the older version of them. And see how this child reacts. Feel it. Is it happy to see you? Is it mad at you? Is it scared? Is it angry? Is it maybe coming out at you and telling you, I've been waiting for you? Wants to give you a big hug and you give it a hug back? Or maybe doesn't want to acknowledge you right now. All is okay. Feel your inner child. And tell your inner child that you've come today to start a new relationship with this inner child. That you are here to protect the inner child. That you are here to give it love. That you are here to consult the inner child whenever big decisions are being made. Listen to its whisper. And you are here to be the role model that you always wanted to be. Whatever it was that inner child wanted and needed that wasn't provided for him or her, that you are here now to be that mother that she never had, that she wanted to be that father or that sibling or that grandparent, most importantly, to be the best friend that he or she needed. Let your inner child know that you have come back to nurture and support and to love unconditionally. Because anything that I do to my adult person, I am doing to my inner child. Ask your inner child, what is it that him or she needs from you the most right now? What is it that you can do for him or her? She holds all the secrets. The inner child holds all the pain and all the love of your authentic self when we first came into this world. Our innate purity. Tell her you now realize this. Tell her I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I am here now. Inner child's not ready to speak with you now, that is okay. You are patience, and you will wait lovingly till that inner child is ready. It is natural for that inner child to not trust right away. Trust takes time. Make a promise to your inner child that every day you will check in with him or her to see how we're doing. That you would treat yourself the way you've always wanted to be treated when you were 2, 3 years old. That whatever shame, fear, neglect, trauma, or pain that the inner child may be holding, that you're both here to work on these emotions together, because emotion is just an energy in motion. So when she's able to release and you guys are able to feel together whatever it is that's been retaining deep inside, you look at it with new eyes and you give thanks to whatever might be coming up for that energy to be transformed and transmuted to unconditional love. Energy is not created nor destroyed, it's just forever changing in different forms. And we give thanks to all that we have lived, and all the pain, all the trauma, all the fear, whatever it is that we may have lived through, because it has brought us here to this day to co-create, because we're all doing it together. We are all dreaming and weaving this world into reality. Your inner child plays the most important role. As we start releasing one by one our fears, our traumas, our pain, our shame, our feeling of unworthiness, we start liberating ourselves and become more free. Start remember our purest divine selves, our authentic selves, to be able to live a new life, to be able to create a new human. Give your inner child a big hug. Tell him or her you love her so much. We're always going to be there for him or her. You are one. She's your best friend. Tune in with her every day. Beautiful. Good job, everyone. Today or later on, recommend that you journal whatever it is you may have experienced with your inner child, and to be open to the messages that are going to be coming through. You can also write in a journal to your inner child, write a letter to her. You can also write a journal from her to you. All the answers are in you. We're going to do a quick, small sound bath. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you found this useful, let me know. And there's more work to do with the inner child, and then we can move into our teenage child, because our teenager is that bridge between child and adulthood. There's so much we can do, and I feel like the more that we come together in community and we co-create, it gives us strength and fuel for us all to continue this relationship with our inner child. So just enjoy the sound bed. At this moment you can come and lay down would suggest that. So lay down and continue your relationship with the inner child if you wish. Wake up from your sound bath now. I'm sorry, I think I said on the microphone when I was moving around. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Drink lots of water. A lot of energy gets moved when we do deep healings. And give yourself a big hug and thank yourself for doing sacred work, not only for yourself, but for all of humanity. Because the change starts with us and how we treat ourselves. The more we start loving ourselves and being kinder to ourselves, the more we're going to react that same way with others, especially our kids and our family and our loved ones. If there's something that we don't like,